there, this is Joca, and you are listening to Product Chronicles, the podcast from Jaco, my company that serves as a product consultancy company. And in this episode, which is the 8th episode of this second season, we'll talk about what I learned about product culture in 6 cities, 4 countries, and dozens of conversations that I had during May, because during May I had this tour in Europe to launch the English and Spanish version of my latest book, Digital Transformation and Product Culture. As you probably have noticed, I'm an introspective person, so I prefer listening to speaking, and I like to prepare carefully before I share my thoughts. So when I decided to go on this speaking tour across Europe, and I had 2 main goals with this speaking tour, which were to launch these English and Spanish editions of my latest book, Digital Transformation and Product Culture, and to validate or invalidate hypotheses that I had that the challenges in product development and product management that I've encountered throughout my career, they are universal, they are global. So when I decided to go into this speaking tour, I knew that I would be stepping far out of my comfort zone, but it was absolutely worth it. I visited 6 cities: Opatia in Croatia, Cologne in Germany, Porto in Portugal, and Valencia, Barcelona, and Madrid in Spain. And in each place, I met dozens of product people, product professionals at meetups, conferences, and even hallway chats. And each context had its own particularities, but the hypothesis I set out to test kept being confirmed with every interaction that I had. The challenges in product management and product development are strikingly similar across the board. The language may change, the company's industry may change, its digital maturity may vary, but the core dilemmas, they remain the same. How do we create real impact through product? How do we align technology with strategy? How can we earn the trust within our company in order to operate with autonomy? And during the events, I received a few questions. I gave my talk on product culture and the main principles that help us create a strong product culture. I talk about the 4 principles that are delivered early and often. The second one is focus on the problem. The third one, we need to deliver results. And the fourth one, the ecosystem mindset. I talked about them. I gave examples, illustrating them from my career, from examples from Gympass, examples from Lopes, and normally at the end of the talk I received some questions. Some questions came in every talk, and 2 of them are very, very interesting, and I believe they are worth sharing here. The first one is, okay, Joca, that's I understand that we need to deliver early and often. I understand that we need to be embarrassed by the first version of our product, but my company is B2B, and we can't afford to launch quickly and be embarrassed with our client base. What can we do in such a situation? And my answer is that this is a very valid and legitimate concern. And after all, it takes years to build the trust with clients. We can't just release a half-baked product, so to speak. Our clients expect us to deliver the best. They not only expect, but they demand from us that we deliver the best. So in this case, what I recommend is starting small. So the example that I give during the talk is Gympass Wellness, and it illustrates this quite well. In 2019, when we were piloting Gympass Wellness, essentially just a landing page with a form. It's a landing page explaining what is Gympass Wellness, and with a form asking for name, email, the company that the person worked for, and the credit card information, because we were testing the willingness to subscribe. we selected 10 clients from our customer base. At the time, we had 2,000 clients. We selected 10 clients, 5 in Brazil and 5 in the US, totally around 15,000 employees. So those 15,000 employees was the base that we decided to use to test our early version. So we chose to risk embarrassment with just 0.5% of our client base. So only 10 clients in a 2,000 clients base that we had at the time. So not all of our client base, not half, but just 0.5% of our client base. So it's not about launching anything to everyone. It's about finding a small group of 5 to 10 innovative, very engaged clients who are open to experimenting with us, with the company. That's who we need to learn from. That's how we validate. The risk of not testing early and is building something that is big, that is wrong, that it will cost a lot of money and will not get us where we want to be. So this is the first question. And the second question that I normally receive is, okay, I understand and I agree with the principles of the strong product culture: deliver early and often, focus on the problem, deliver results, and focus on ecosystem mindset. But it's so hard to change a company culture. How can I change a company culture? I can't. I don't see how. And to be honest with you, that is the toughest question. This is really difficult because it is hard. Changing a company culture is really hard, and I need to be completely not only transparent but direct with you. You don't change a culture by decree. You can only change a culture with results. I already wrote about this, already talked about this, but this is something that needs to be reinforced. I need to highlight this key point. Companies, they don't care about MVPs. They don't care about discovery. They don't care about fail fast, tribes, squads, or any other jargon that we use in product development. The only language that they know and they understand is the language of results. That's the only language that they understand, and they will pay attention to. So the strategy is quite simple: deliver results, present those results, and only then explain how you achieve those results. One example that I normally give of this approach comes from my experience at Lopes. When I joined Lopes, the real estate company, they were building an MVP, and I put it in quotes, of a real estate agent app. And I put it in quotes because when I joined the company and I learned about this app, I learned that the app was already under development for 7 months, and prior to that, they spent like 5 months in discovery, so 1 year to deliver an MVP. And the main problem that we had back then, that we were trying to solve, was getting the lead. The lead is the information of a prospect client interested in a property. The lead, putting this lead in the hands of the agent as quickly as possible, because doing that, we would increase the chances of converting this lead into a property visit and eventually into a sale. So the team had started to build this app with push notifications to address this. But building an app takes a long time, and they were doing discovery and trying to figure out what to do. So the scope increased, and it became this MVP of 1 year, this MVP in quotes of 1 year. But during the discussion, we realized that we didn't necessarily need to build an app. We could use SMS or WhatsApp message to send the lead information to the agent. So that's what we decided to build, and we built this in 10 days. In 10 days against 1 year, from 1 year waiting for this MVP to 10 days delivering value. So this became a powerful internal case for fast, focused delivery, using the product culture principles. And I used this. I remember using this in my day-to-day interaction at Lopes. Whenever we received requests, future requests, we began asking, okay, I understand you are requesting us to implement this feature, but what is the problem that we are trying to solve? Tell me more about the problem. Because if you tell us the problem, remember the SMS, the app, the MVP of the app and the SMS solution that we were able to come up with. So give me the problem that we are trying to solve, because having a good understanding of the problem, we will be able to explore alternative, faster and cheaper solutions. And you know that the word faster and cheaper normally triggers the attention of business people. So these questions really reinforce that what I set out to test, that the challenges in product development and product management are truly global. And I returned to Brazil even more convinced that when it comes to product culture, listening with intention and speaking with clarity remain the most powerful tools that we have. So this is it. This concludes this 8th episode. And this also concludes the second season of Product Chronicles. And now I'm already preparing the third season, and some interesting things probably will happen in the third season. And so I advise you to stay tuned, and pretty soon you will be able to check out the third season of Product Chronicles. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next episode.